5. Welcome to qualifying, and 15 races have turned up today though. So away we go, Frankie, the very first outlap we're going to see this season. Someone's crashed already. Oh no! What is that driver doing?
That's
Flashy,
one way to start the season. Look at them. Can you see that? It's raining. There's a Dutch saying, and if you translate it literally, it's raining steel pipes. This is lovely. Speaking of the wet weather, we see the intermediate tires. Well, I thought it would be like wet tires because it's a lot of rain on the screen.
But now the drivers finally line up on the board. Just confirm everyone in. The lights are coming away. And away we go for the Australian Grand Prix, the very first race of the season. It looks great start by everyone so far. No one's really got the advantage. Is that the Force India going to go on the inside extremely close? They do touch wheels there, and there it is! They've gone. That's it. P1 and 2 already have span off at the start of this race. That looks way too close, and there's no surprise there. But Mercedes must be absolutely happy with that, because that means they go into P1, and Renault with the dive bomb of the century completely holds off that driver behind. That was a bit too much. And you see, once again, going wheel to wheel, taking that Ferrari off a little bit too wide. But nevertheless, that is just an awful start. That's P1 and P2 coming together. They're gone. It's a bit of a chaos there. Fox finally losing his positions. A bit of karma coming in. And he's lost it again, but able just to save it there. This is a little bit of chaos. We're not surprised, obviously, because it is the rain at the end of the day. It's going to be a lot harder for these drivers than normal. And because everyone's so close together and everyone's so jitty to get the positions, obviously this isn't a surprise. But Haas, they're slowing down for some reason, really going in wide. It looks like he might have been taken over. God, this is just a chaos start, Funky.
I love it. It's the start of the season. People are hyped as hell, and they are showing it.
They're going for it. Nobody is backing down. That's the best way to say it. No one's giving up positions. Maybe Fox there in the Renault was a little bit too happy for that dive bomb, but nevertheless, it doesn't look like anyone's got massive damage. And there it is once again, losing the side. No one can keep their car in a straight line, it seems. It's too difficult. The rain is just a bit too much for a lot of these drivers. Now we're going to find out if anyone has taken damage, because obviously we'll see them going into the pits. But it looks like, no, it looks like everyone's survived, I think is the best way to say. Obviously we've had damage, and we've had sort of, you know, people touching each other, but I don't think anything too serious to cause people to go into the pits. You can see here the battle for 5th at the moment with Fox and Casket. He's on his tail. He's not letting him go, is he, Frankie?
No, he wants that position. And Whistle just keeping it clean at the start. So position 1 and 2 just absolutely going for it. And Whistle's just chilling there. Just enjoying the show. I think we're going 3 wide here, will we?
Yeah.
Sticking 2 wide. Will he play it safe or go ham? Oh, the Force India, I think he actually took a position there. Going really... Oh, I think it was windy. He really went on the inside of that corner there. He must have gotten at least a warning for that.
Yeah, definitely a warning there. We can see him now going on the inside once again. Casket
and behind there we have, sorry for cutting you off, I think Danitard and Yoko went off there somewhere. We had somebody going off really wide there. Yeah, the train is really disrupted now. A lot of stuff happening. And he's already close to number 4 and 5, fighting for it. Mr. Baggy, Fox and Windy. Nobody behind them, fighting for the 4th position.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for it though, but will Fox give him the respect he deserves? A bit of room there. He finds that inside, and there you go. Will he be able to overtake him? He bumps into the wall there. That might lose a little bit of speed for him, but it looks like they are going to be side by side coming into this next corner. Who's going to back down? It looks like Windy's going to play this one safe. He isn't going to risk anything too much, and he's just going to stay behind Fox. I think Windy's, you know, he's playing for damage limitation for the season championship, and he doesn't want to be too risky and go in for a move where he could get taken out. Obviously, he is a faster driver than these in general, so he knows he's just going to wait for the perfect moment, I think.
Yeah, he's already made up so many positions. It would be a shame to just throw it away by getting just too greedy, which he might be here. So deep, but keeping it clean. And let's see, yeah, it's Renault going up the inside. I think they'll be, yeah, Casket already called up because there was a second between them, but Casket taking the position from Windy. Blocking the inside, Windy outside. That you can break the latest here. And Casket got the position. Just because of Winnie was fighting so much. Well, the hash goes on the inside. Danny Tart, is that you? It is Danny Tart. Oh, he actually backed off. Something happened there. He just overtook both of them in an instant.
Because that's what's happening. You just see everyone's battling, that they're not thinking of the car behind, and the car behind just keeps coming in and taking the positions. That's what keeps happening there. And I thought Casket was about to lose it there, as you could see Windy just bumped in the back of him, and he lost a lot of control there in speed, but luckily was able to save it. That would have been a sad moment, but it doesn't matter. Nevertheless, he's able to survive, and once again, Windy, he's just not giving up today, is he? He's really going for this.
Yeah, and these two drivers, I think they should both be in front, but they're not, and they're fighting like they both should be in the front. And it's losing them so much time. As you see, all the not back marks, the guys behind them, just winning so much time because they're battling. And in the wet, there is just no grip. So you see people sliding everywhere, and if you slide everywhere together, this is gonna happen. Danny Tart taking the position down the inside. And really, respect for the guys driving here without assist. They are true badasses.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, you do have to look into it at the end of the day. You know, obviously, compared to Danny Casket's probably got assists on, so it's going to be a lot harder for him. And, you know, preps to him, really, I think, at the end of the day, for sticking with it and not putting on assists. You know, maybe he might lose a couple of positions from it, you don't know. But it's more of that immersive experience, which is what we're all here for. So, good on him, really, at the end of the day. End of the day, you're not going to have anyone helping you out here. And Windy, is he looking for another move here on Fox? He stays behind him once again. He's just going to play this one safe. You can see Windy here. He's like a little predator. He waits for the perfect moment, and when you least expect it, he pounces on you. And you can see it right here. Goes on the inside, but once again, just playing it safe. He knows that Mr. Baggy's there, so Fox is going to have to be extremely careful going into corners. So I think he's not going to risk this one, because when it's happening stuff like this, when you've got a car in front, the Fox is worrying about the car behind. He's worried about the car in front because he's trying to go for it. There is a lot of pressure on Fox right now at the end of the day, and I think Windy understands this. You know, he's an experienced driver. He understands that he's got to be more careful.
Yeah, and really just stuck behind him. He's been here for the last 5 laps or something, and he just can't get past that Renault.
I know, he's really going for it. He's trying. He's not giving up. You know, he's not accepting this 6th position. But it just looks like, unfortunately, Fox is just able to hold his own. Windy now, is he going for the move? Yes, he does. He takes the inside line. He's able to finally get the overtake gun. It looks like he's finally going to be able to do it. Can he now hold that position, though, Frankie? That's the question.
Yeah, I think he will. He just has so much speed. I think when he gets clear of those two, he will just charge for the 3rd position, going to Marcel. And he will. I think he's got a lot of speed, but just can't unleash the power, just because of the traffic.
Then this is where it causes the problem. But it looks like they're side by side now, and there you go. He's got the overtake done.
Yeah,
to no surprise, he's done it with ease. I think he's literally just taken over 2 cars in a lap. That's how fast this man is. He is a god. He is a season rookie here at SOR, and he is looking to get gold this season.
Yeah, but looking at how much speed, how much he's already got up, it's only 7.3 left to Marcel now. He's already catching up with basically a second a lap, while being 1.5 away from Baggy. So that we have, if it's then the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just went into the wall there, and that means he'll lose a position to Flashy. I don't know what it looked like. There was a load of room there. How did he overshoot that much? And once again, going onto the grass, it looks like his tyres have not recovered, and he couldn't brake in time. He goes into the back of Flashy,
and he retires.
Oh.
And meanwhile, in the front, we have everybody. Oh no.
Oh no, did you see that he went into the back of the Renault, I believe it was. That is an upset though, we're sorry to see you, mate. Hopefully next week you can bring it back and get some points for good old Haas team. You know, just think of it at the end of the day, not every single race is going to be your day. And there you go and see Rufal coming off the track. A little bit too much steer there. That's obviously when it really hurts, is when you're doing so well, because I believe he was in P7. And so that is a real disappointment. Yeah, I believe he was P7. Yeah, that is a real disappointment. Unfortunate for you, Danny, but just, you know, move on now, look towards the next race. And as we see here, Martin G going for that move, taking over Fox. I believe has Fox pitted? Because he was like 5th at one.
Let's take a look at how many stops everyone's on. they have both pitted Martin G and Fox.
Yeah, chance. Nice on TV.
Do you remember at lap 6 we said Windy had a 8-second gap to number 3?
Yeah.
It's only 2.5 now. He's going to join in on this already ongoing battle for the first place by already 3 guys on the front. He's just gonna knock on the door there. He's gonna be like, "What up, dudes?"
Constantly, because it is just brilliant. But now let's put happy times aside and see Windy here going on the inside. There it is. He's able to get the 3rd position. So in a couple laps here, he has catched up to the top 3 position, and now he's got himself onto the podium. This guy is a madman. You know, hopefully next race we'll have it all done for one. But anyway, you can see Windy here. Now he's got his eyes set on 2nd place. He's literally through this whole first lap here. He's been on him constantly. He's not letting him have any breathing room whatsoever. The pressure really is on Martin. Is that Martin G?
That is
sorry, the quality.
Marcel.
Sorry, the quality has unfortunately dropped Discord for me. So it's very hard to see if that was Martin G or Marcel. But anyway, Marcel now. Windy going on the inside. Will he be able to get the overtake? There's a little bit of touching there. Also goes off the curb with the bump, but he's able to hold position. This is going to be a tough one for Marcel to hold this position off, as obviously Windy is one of those great drivers. And will he go for it again? He's just going to hold it here once again. Stay on the inside. As we said once again, he's going to wait for that perfect timing to go for Marcel. Looks like Cassie's holding his owner in the battle and over to get that overtake done. But obviously now Flashy goes into the pits.
Yeah,
maybe he's realised from Gasket. Yeah, I think he's been watching Gasket. Oh, that's a 5-second stop and go penalty. So that's a bit unfortunate. A little bit too fast in the yeah. I wonder what Wessel's thinking right now. You know, from fortunate terms of events, you've been put into P1 since the start. And you were good for about 10 laps, but now unfortunately you've got P2 and P3 behind you this whole time. You know, what's going through his head right now?
Well, what's going through his head is, Codemasters, please. It's gonna be curious if he's going to the pits. You can get shafted here. You can have a car going out of the pits quicker than you. Well, Windy's closing the wall.
You're gonna have to speak for me because Discord is just absolutely awful.
Oh, I will try to change
right
one thing. And I hope it will get better, but we have to fight in the pits. And let's see, we have different tires. Windy is the only one going on the softs. And Wessel stays out in front. Windy, he overtook Marcel. And that's why I said, Codemasters, please. And IceNTV retired. Let's take a look. He's got a flat rear tire. Just maybe those, well, they've been driving on the intermediates for 16 laps. So maybe it's just absolutely gone, but oh, that's gotta be a shame because it's part of the game, but it still sucks. And meanwhile, we have actually Flashy setting the fastest lap on the super softs, so that can only mean the super softs must be quicker. And Windy also getting pressure from behind from Marcel. So did the soft tires make the mistake, or are they just mind gaming us all?
Yeah, well, I don't think so. But obviously, that's what's happening at the back. If we look at the front, Marcel's still able to keep that second in. But why he's been trying to overtake from Windy, Savage has just joined the pack. He's now 7 seconds behind as well. He's trying to get himself a podium this race.
Welcome to the party.
And there it is. Martin G got a really good set off there, so can go in on Casket this time. But he pushes him wide. Casket, little bit cheeky there, but is able to keep him behind him nevertheless. That was a little bit too much there by Casket, not giving him enough room for Martin G. But he's able to keep him behind. But obviously, we've still got 8 laps to go, so Martin G should be able to take him at some point. Look at how close that was, though, between Marcel and Windy. Literally inches between each other, but he's just able to survive. And during that battle, it means Savage can catch up right behind Marcel.
Yeah, Savage just loves watching them fight because every time they fight, he gets the opportunity to get closer. And if they collide or just touch each other, he's just gonna dive up the inside and get free position. It's a fight for the 2nd place. So that's a lot of points for a championship, which you really want to get a great start. And they're fighting behind him, as you said. And it just costs so much time. As you can see, he's just gaining the tenths every time I look at it. 3 tenths right there. It's, yeah, 6.3 seconds. Holy balls.
It is mental. Will he go for it here? Yes, he does. Marcel goes for it, but they do collide, and it
And-
also does cause him to go off the grass, and that means Savage can take the position. You saw this happening. You saw it. He is just sitting and waiting for that battle to commence, and now Savage is going on the inside of Windy. Will he be able to do it? No, he doesn't. He has to hold this one, but now with the battle, it means Marcel can come back on his own, and he takes the position, and it sets him off the grass. This is just insane. Everyone's battling. It just means Marcel now gets back to his position, and we're back to where we started. It's obviously he was doing really well in P5 at one point in the race, but Marcel, he's lost. What happened to him? He
Just
must
as I
have,
switched,
yeah,
I am afraid I missed something.
he's got damage. Did you see him turn into the corner? It was extremely difficult.
Let's
So
see.
he's got damage on
Okay,
the
his
car.
right front wing is just messed up.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. A podium potential, unfortunately, due to a bit of damage, has just gone away. And that means now a lot of points for Marcel is going to go downhill. You've got to feel for the guy there. Savage is not giving up yet. He's going to go for Windy. Will he go for the inside here? No, he crosses over just to hold it off, but decides to stay behind him once again. There you go, finds the gap. But I don't think he's going to be able to do it just there. No, he finds him. He looks like he was going to go for the inside there. That could have been a really ballsy move, but unfortunately, going to play it safe and stay behind him. He's still got a load of laps to go. So there you go. He finds that line again, but Windy's just not giving up. They touch wheels once again, banging into each other. He's going to be able to get DRS, but Windy just able to stay ahead this time. But how many more times can he pull that off? Because we've got so many more laps, and Savage is so much faster on that softer compound. It's got to happen at some point.
Yeah, with 5 laps to go, you also have to wonder. Oh,
3 second
Savage,
time.
no! What are
Oh.
you? No, man.
I was just about to say, he got a 3-second time penalty there, and so that was unfortunate. That could have put him behind him anyway, but he's lost his front wing. That is another person that is battling, and it's... What's happened? Is he just retired?
He's just. He would just have pressed Alt F4, the magical
Yeah.
combination of screw
Yeah.
this.
I lost the will, yeah. So yeah. I'll say you're gonna have to give the poor lad an apology. But anyway, let's just move on to this as Rufo goes onto the inside. Will it be successful? He's able to stay just in front of the Ferrari, yeah. But no, it doesn't look like he can get that move confirmed. They're battling once again for the position here with Mr. Baggy, but there you go, finally able to just get in front, and that gets him onto the podium. This is very unlikely. You didn't expect someone all the way down, but it's because of 2 crashes by Savage and Marcel, and that means we have someone else having the potential. It's absolute chaos here. You just don't know what's going to happen. It's crashes everywhere. You just can't confirm who is going to be in that top 3 today. But I'm only joking. Yes, as Danny has said, apparently that Windy does have time penalties, so that could come in exactly. Female will take over F1. That is very true. But now it looks like Rufo here is going to go on the inside of Windy. Is he able to get the overtake? You know, they are teammates, so please don't do anything too mental. We've seen what happened between the Force Indians in the previous season in real life. Let's not have that happen again. But it looks like hashtag team orders in the chat. He's letting Rufo go so he can get ahead. And hopefully now Windy's job is to keep that car behind. You know, if they play this well together, you know, they could work together here. Hopefully they're communicating, obviously. And they can get themselves some points on the board to keep that Ferrari behind. That's going to be their team objective in this race. I hope they do start working together. That's what you want to see. But I can see
we are on lap 29. This is the last lap, so we are actually quite close to finishing this race up. Very sadly. Oh, well, on the other hand, we have 10 drivers left. There's quite a lot of gaps between them, except for Mr. Beggy.
Rufo, they lost it. Sorry to interrupt you there, but yeah, Wessel now is official. He is going to have P1 in this race, and unfortunately someone couldn't get across the line in time, so they finished their race. Rufo will get second. Windy now comes across the line. You're going to have to read this out for me because the quality is too awful to see.
Windy keeps third place despite the penalties. Then we have Mr. Beggy in a Ferrari. Really close to Windy, but also had some penalties. Martin G only 3/10 away from Mr. Baggy on the super softs, also just getting too many penalties probably, or just not getting close enough. Then we have the Mercedes, Casket, sticking to the team plan, but unfortunately not able to pull it off. Marcel in 7th, then we have Yoko in 8th, he's still on the track, going ham. Go get him. I mean, he's still got points, he's still going at it, even though he's 48 seconds behind. It's 3 points. And we have Flashy already finished. I think he was the guy who crashed. He's on the ultra softs. And
yeah.
then the men's ghost car. I'm not quite sure if he will get the points for it, but
Yeah, I don't think he'll get the points, obviously, because he wasn't racing himself.
yeah. So now we just are waiting for Yoko to get the finish line, and then we'll have our final results.
There he is. Come on, Yoko. Come across the line. There
Revving
it is.
it up.
I laugh if he weaved and crashed. That would have been a lovely experience.
The cherry on top of the cake.
Yeah, just to end it all off. What an absolutely brilliant race, if I must say so myself. Great action, battles galore, crash galore. It was amazing. But here we are. Let's look at that podium. The Mercedes coming out on top. Looks like Force India though will get P2 and 3. So it does look like in the Constructors' Championship, obviously Force India are going to take ahead. But in the drivers, the main man Wessel, he's going to be on top in the first race of the season. But do remember, this is only the first race. There is a long way to go.